Hi everyone, welcome to the first day of the speech performance, the Youth Leadership Program by Tunas Karya Foundation and Toastmasters International of Italy. We are the hosts for today. I'm Michael Yotanjan from St. Teresia Junior High School, Pangkal.
And I'm Stephanie Lee from St. Joseph Senior High School, Pangkal. But before we start the performance, let's pray together. And my partner will lead the prayer.
I will be leading the prayer in Catholic. The others, please pray according to your own religion. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Amen. Dear God, we are gathered here today to participate in the speech performance. Please bless this performance so it can run smoothly. Thank you, God. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Before we listen to the speeches, an opening speech will be delivered by Group 1's coordinator, Didiek.
The time is yours.
Good evening, Romo Samuel. Good evening, Sir Carlo, Ma'am Erna, Ma'am Chacha, and good evenings to you all, committees of Tunas Karya Foundation and Toastmasters International, teachers and brother and sister, and all of the participants who joined this event this evening. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much for this opportunity to give welcoming speech to you all, especially for talented students of Yayasan Tunas Karya. And yeah, I welcome you, the talented students of Yayasan Tunas Karya. And we meet here in the first speech performance event. To be one of the member of this group is so special for me. Yeah, I liked working, I like interacting and communicating with youngsters. And these programs help me to communicate, interact with them a lot, especially for the youngster from junior and senior high school of Yayasan Tunas Karya. And it makes me, looks young and fresh, maybe, and I think so. Although there is no students here, my students in my unit in elementary level, but I do believe that next semester we can have such of this program or event. This is the first speech performance for us after we had online class and we had workshop. I do believe that we have a very good progress to compose, to organize, to practice more, to perform our speech in every single meetings we have weekly. So I think this one is, very good opportunity. I hope that this will be our first step and it will be our preparation before facing World Speech Day later. We know that everybody here wants to have brighter future, but it is not easy to have brighter future. To achieve it, we need some additional skills to support the main skill. One of the additional skill we need, one of them is what we call by public speaking skill. The problem is, to be public speaker, it is not so easy. It needs hard effort. We have to practice more. We should write, we should compose, we should organize, we should practice to speak, we should practice to perform until excellent. Of course, it is not easy, right? We learn from the mistake. We need some input. We need some evaluation after performing the speech. And I do believe This input or evaluation will help us a lot to be excellent. Remember, the road to be excellent is always under construction. And this evening, start from this evening, our programs supported by Tunas Karya Foundation and Toastmasters International present Story of My Life. Start this evening, 19th December to 22nd of December. Everyone here has already prepared the speech well, already composed, organized the contents of the speech well. Hoped what we have for this evening will be your story. It will be the stories of your life, and that will be the story of my life, and finally, it will be the story of our life to be excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Didiek.
But we cannot start this event without word from the board of Tunas Karya Foundation.
But who is she?
He
Oh, sorry. Who is he?
is Sir Edric. Please, the time and place is yours, Sir Edric.
Hello everybody, I'm Adrik Bernardi from Tunas Karya Foundation. On behalf of Tunas Karya Foundation, I'm very grateful to all coaches in Youth Leadership Program, especially to Coach Carlo Brazo, Karo Asmar, Harley Cekach, Angelica, Carolina, and Lucy Luperoli, who have already given our students and teachers the opportunity to take part in this special event. I'm so sorry if I make mistakes in pronouncing the names, okay? All right. Thanks also to all students and teachers, especially to the secondary and high school students and teachers of Tunas Karya Foundation who have already participated in this event. And thanks also to the coordinators of this program, Ma'am Erna, Ma'am Chacha, and Sir Didiek. Thank you so much. And talking about speaking English or speech in English, in my opinion, English is not a kind of science, maths, or chemistry, but it is a kind of skill. So, if we want to be skillful in English, we have to practice more and more regularly. And we must have commitment in ourselves that we want seriously to improve our skill in speaking, listening, writing, and reading in English. Besides, we have to learn or practice something in a pleasant atmosphere or situation or condition, in a comfortable situation, meaning that we have to keep in mind that learning is fun, including in practicing or learning English. I'm sure it is easier to learn something in a fun condition, in a fun situation. Is it right? Hopefully, through this wonderful event, all participants will be able to improve their speaking ability. And I do hope that this program will be a good promotion for our School of Tunas Karya Foundation now and in the future. And it will be also a preparation for our students. In the next year, they will have a World Speech Day in 2023. And I'm sure this event will be a good preparation for you. And don't worry about the result. I'm sure that the most important thing is not who are the best in this event, or in World Speech Day next year. But how could we deliver our speech so that the listeners will understand and feel interested in what we are talking about? I think that's all, and good luck to all participants and all teachers, and have a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Andre. Before we start with the first speaker, a student from St. Helena Junior High School would like to give you all a performance. The time and place is yours.
Indonesia is the most beautiful land in the universe. The land where we were born, the nation where we grew up. So many counties that live together in peace, with a million timeless treasures, with an abundance of natural wealth. Indonesia is not just wonderful. Indonesia is a wonderland.
Wow, that was a good performance.
Let's start with our first speaker.
He is from St. Teresa Junior High School. Please welcome Rainer Anderson Thomas with his speech, The Childhood Memories.
11th December 2008 was born a little kid and was named by his mother Rainer Anderson Thomas. Yeah, that's me. I'm Rainer. My grandmother had taught me that when I was a kid, I was a fast learner. I could speak and walk faster than other people in my family. So when I was in a kid age, I thought to my grandmother that I want to join the elementary schools. But my age wasn't enough for joining the elementary schools. So my grandmother and the school put me in a kindergarten class. So I joined the kindergarten class for almost 2 years, and then I went to the first grade. I thought that my first grade was very enjoyable, but there are a sweet and bitter in that part. In the sweetness, I could make a friends with many person, and also have a bitter part in my life. When I was in first grade, my classmate spit their saliva to my drinking bottle when I was in canteen. But I have known that because I saw them spit it in my drinking bottle, because I seen a pic like, oh, what they're gonna do with my drinking bottle. And from that, I was a very introvert person. So I had to make a friends with new people that I met. So that's why I'm very introvert. And time by time has passed. When I was in 6th grade, I want to go to Australia. I want to join the school in Australia because my mother was in Australia. But another obstacle that I have to face it is the coronavirus. When I was 6th grade, there are a virus from China that took over all of the world with coronavirus, or we known as COVID-19. And because of that virus, many airports had closed because of COVID-19. So I couldn't join the school in Australia, or continuing my school in Australia. So I need to cancel it. And because of that, I joined Santa Teresa School, which is a senior high school. And also, when I joined junior high school, our learning by the Zoom meeting. So when we want to study, we have a Zoom meeting or a Google Meet, and our task will give by a Google Classroom. And for me, that was really fun because I couldn't have to interact with other person because I'm over introvert, if you know. But time by time, coronavirus have disappeared a little bit, so we could go back to the normal school, but with the health protocol, of course. We use mask, wash our hands and other, and also time by time has passed year by years. I was in 9th grade now. My teacher, my best teacher, Sir Prime, he gave me the opportunity to join the Toastmaster organizations, and now I'm here. And also, in this program, I learned so many things, that how we speak, how the body language works in the speech. Also, we can have many friends that we can meet in this program. Also, I want to join this program because I want to prove my English to my family. Like, I want to show off. Yeah, I want to show off my English skills to my family, so they're not gonna say it like you don't deserve it. And also for my speech, I think that's all. Thank you guys so much for listening for my story of my life, and I think that's all. Thank you.
That was a wonderful speech from Reina. The next one is Rishala Bandario from still the same Saint Theresia Junior High School with her speech all about me.
All about me. I was born on April 23rd, 2010, in Jakarta to two loving parents. But after a few months I was born, my family moved to Bangka Island because of my father's job. My father is an entrepreneur and my mom is currently a lunch lady. But after 2 years of my birth, I got a little brother. He was born on December 14, 2012, and his name is Brian. My mom says that me and my little brother were cute but also very, very mischievous. She said that we would make a mess wherever we go because, well, we were children and we were just doing child stuff and make a mess wherever we go. But besides being cute and a little bit mischievous, she said that we were also very, very active. We would often just run around in our yard or just play tag, she said. But fast forward a few years, when I was 4 and my little brother was 2, we went to Shanghai in China. I don't really remember much about my trip to China, but what I do remember is that it was cold and I liked it there. But after me and my family's trip to China, my mom reignited her love for traveling the world. So each year, when we've already saved enough money on maybe the Christmas season or the New Year's or Chinese New Year season, me and my family would go to a different country each year. Countries like Japan, Australia, and Singapore. But after my family's trip to Japan, there was a global pandemic. When COVID-19 had made its way to Indonesia, me and my little brother had to stop going to school and had to be schooled through online, like in Zoom. But to be honest, when I had to be schooled online, I stopped actually trying to learn basically anything. I would just wake up in the morning, eat my food, I did my assignments, learned nothing, and then continue playing games. So I wasn't really that disciplined when the pandemic started, but it all changed when I got my exam results for my end of semester exam for my second semester in fifth grade. I got a lot of low scores. And when I mean a lot, I mean almost all of them almost went into the red score and almost remedial. I ended up getting a rank of 15 in my class. And that made a huge impact on me because I would usually be in the top 10 of my class. So when I started sixth grade, I took studying to a whole different level. I started to care a lot more about my test scores and did a lot more studying. And because I was studying a lot more, my scores increased dramatically and I improved a lot, at least in my academic life. So at my graduation event at my school, when the test results were already came out and all the students are finally getting some peace because it's already done, because the exam is finally over, I got a trophy for getting all the questions correct on my math exam and a certificate for getting all the questions correct on my social studies exam. As you would have guessed, I was shocked. I could barely believe my ears. I thought it was just a prank, but no, it was actually a real deal. The real deal. I was very shocked, as I said. And ever since that day, I've become more confident in my life. And ever since then, I've been improving and perfecting my skills every single day and making them better and better and better. But even though I make some mistakes, especially in my worst subject, I can always find ways to find a solution, such as asking the teacher what he means by the question. But like, thank you for listening.
The next participant from St. Maria Junior High School Mentok, and please welcome Jocelyn Martin with the title Big Fish in a Small Pond.
What happens to the big fish in the small pond? They feel safe and free because no one can bother them. They are the ruler. They are the most powerful and the greatest in their place. But what could they do if they were in a much bigger place such as the sea? There are so much fish that bigger than them. Sometimes it's the same with us, but it's not about fish. My name is Jocelyn Martin from St. Mary Junior High School, Muntok, West Bangka. When I was a kid, I feel that I can pass my exam with good grades without really trying. And just like my expectation, I really passed my exam without really trying. And after that, I became lazy to study and just study if I wanted. Sometimes we feel like we are good enough and just stay calm, or maybe not even trying to get more improved in any case. Maturing, I realized by doing that, maybe I'm good enough in my school, but I will be far behind the people out there. At first, I was denying by saying, it was just a self appreciation. What's wrong by doing that? No, actually, it was just a lazy feeling. Absolutely. Imagine how much you left behind the others by being lazy. When you are lazy, they make the good habits with being a diligent person. It will help them in the future. Let's say you can reach that level one day. A great level. But how can you do that if you keep being lazy right now? It makes a bad habit for you in the future. It's not just about lazy. It can be other habits like avoiding to talk in public. That time, I participated in a local government program for teenagers, and at that program, I met many teenagers who have many good mindset. They are good and brave in stating their opinion. Also have good public speaking skills. If I was not invited, maybe I could not see smart thinker like them in my junior high school phase. They solve problem given by the coordinator really fast. They gave opinion and solution really fast to a complicated problem. We can have that critical thinking, but if we are afraid to speak or maybe avoiding to state our opinion, we will never be like them. And if you think keep silent is enough, you are wrong. They are the one step ahead from you because being a good speaker is a needed skill. So don't like the big fish in their small pond. What I'm trying to say is, we have to stop underestimate any single thing and always give our best. We actually don't have to force ourselves to be better than anyone, but why should we do this? Nowadays, there are so many tough competition and we must prepare it for our future start from now. There are so much people who are talented and amazing. So whatever your passion in the future, build good habits first and respect any simple things. From my experience, I will share several ways to maximize our self potential. The key is don't waste the opportunity that comes to you. Maybe your school has many extracurriculars, events, or probably some competition outside your school. You should take that opportunity to polish your talents and capabilities. Some of big opportunities didn't come twice to your life. Remember it, such as a student exchange and some scholarships. Try your best now and you can take advantage from those opportunities. You can see many amazing people in this world and get a good ambition. Don't burden yourself by doing this and just let it flow. And remember, this world is so big, so think carefully to your every decisions. Whatever you face in the future, keep it in the healthy competition. That's all for me. Thank you for listening and I'm sorry for all mistakes I have done. See you.
That was a great speech from Jocelyn. And the next participant from also St. Maria Junior High School Mentok. And please welcome Melissa Sumarno. And the title is Be Grateful.
Hello everyone, my name is Melissa Sumarno from Santa Maria Junior High School in Mentok. Today, I'm going to give a speech about a story in my life. The title of my speech is Be Grateful. I will ask you guys, have you ever felt jealous of someone who has more things than you? I think almost everyone has felt it, right? I think people that think they have more things than us, just like us, they will always feel dissatisfied because that is human nature. Human will always feel dissatisfied with what they have. Have you had any experience that make you feel more grateful for your life? If you don't have one, let's try to listen to a story about my experience that makes me feel more grateful, and maybe you will be more grateful after you listening to my story. The story starts when my sister picked me up after I played at my friend's house, and then we met my sister's friend's sister. Let's call her Rosa. Rosa greeted us and we chatted. My sister asked how the condition of her friend, who is Rosa's older brother. Let's call him Alex. Rosa told us about Alex, and apparently yesterday Alex had an accident while working at his workplace and broke his hand. My sister was worried, and my sister asked, "Can we come to your house to visit your brother?" she said. Rosa let us to go to her house to visit her brother. Before we went to her house, my sister and I went to our house to get money, and after that, we bought various ingredients for cooking. After shopping, we went to their house. A few moments later, we arrived at their house. When I got there, I was quite surprised. that the condition of their house was quite worrying, but they didn't care about it. When I entered the house, I was confused because I didn't see their parent at all, but I thought they are working. I've never been to this house before, but my sister has been to Alex's house, so that's why I was confused. We went to Alex in his room. Alex's hand is badly injured. He called his two younger siblings who were crying at the sight of his older brother's hand. Rosa also helped to calm her two younger siblings. A few moments later, Rosa went to the kitchen to cook dinner. I followed her into the kitchen while my sister was talking with Alex. I gave the ingredients. I asked, "Do you like vegetable? We can only buy this." Rosa smiled. "Sure, it's a fancy meal. Usually we just eat rice and salt." I feel ashamed because I like to be picky and waste food. After we were at their house for a few hours, a few moments later, we were at home. After we got home, we chatted. I feel so bad for Alex. His hand is badly injured, she said. Maybe it will heal for a long time, I said. What will they eat later? If Alex sick, how can they eat? My sister said. I asked my sister, "Sorry, but where are the parents?" "I didn't see them at all," I said. My sister told me he and his sibling lived at his grandmother's house, but his grandmother died 10 years ago. He was a dropout from his school and worked to support his three younger siblings. I was silent and I was thinking, when Alex was the same age as me, he was out of school and worked to survive. I'm lucky because I live in an affluent family and can still go to school. So we can conclude that human will always feel dissatisfied. We will always feel dissatisfied with our life, and sometimes we will feel inferior than others and keep on complaining. God has given the best to all of us, so it's appropriate if we are grateful for our life. There are still many people who want to be us, and there are still many people who are lacking, but they still try to be grateful. Life doesn't always depend on luck. If we want to get what we want, we must always try. What if we help others instead? We feel jealous and bringing others down. It would be better, wouldn't it? That's all my speech. Thank you for listening to my speech, and sorry if I made a mistake in my speech.
The next one is from St. Hilary Junior High School, Palitiga. She is Eileen Helena Alari, with her title, Is Being an Adult Scary?
Shalom and good evening to all the audience that I respect. First of all, I want to say thank you to the Almighty God for the blessing that God gave us today so we can gather here in good health. Ladies and gentlemen, people always have the background story about why they change, maybe in look or in attitude. So today, I will share about my experience. One time, when I was a young teenager, I thought about the adult. They're working very hard to earn money. For example, is babysitter. Babysitter has always have to be calm and patient with the baby or the kid. Even though when the baby or the kid making a huge mess, babysitter has to clean all it up without complaining or even angry. And if jewelry or something important in her employer's house went missing, they will be the first suspect. They have to get yelled without even knowing what is their fault? And it's making me sad because, well, we all know if babysitting is hard and they also trying to earn money, even though the money is not really making a good salary. And it's the same as the officer worker. They're also working very, very hard. It's not just once or twice, they're overworked. And if they make a mistake, they have to get yelled by the manager or the boss. And they have to make revision, 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 revision. Or maybe the worst part, they have to get fired from their job. Being an adult is so exhausting, I said. I don't want to be an adult. I just want to stay teenager. See how they have to survive to this reality is so hard. The proverb says, live in this world is hard. And I think that's true, and I agree with that. At the time, I thought, how to not be an adult? I'm scared. I'm really scared to be an adult. Will I be happy? Will I saw the world the same as I saw it now? Will it still be colorful? And then I shared my thought to my mom. With calm, my mom said this to me. My child, have you ever seen my face with a smile? And I said, yes, of course. I've seen your face with a smile so many times. And then with a smile, my mom said this to me. And I'm an adult, right? The most harsh time of human cycles of life is being an adult, but it also can be beautiful. Well, find a job and find money might be hard for you, but this is life. We cannot just expecting and wishing for happiness, happiness, happiness all along, right? Have you ever heard about the happiness being an adult? Hear me out. When you get paid for your first job because of your hard work, it will be the most valuable memories you ever get. So don't be scared to be an adult, because being an adult, you will have so much experience. Don't you remember that the proverb also says, experience is the best teacher in the world. So you will have so much experience, peace, and balance in your life. And after I'm hearing that advice, I'm really rethink about my opinion. I'm not scared anymore to be an adult. I think it's funny if I'm scared to be an adult, because if I'm being an adult, there will be more experience and more knowledge that I know. And everyone also will be an adult soon or later, right? So I think that is from me. I'm sorry if there is some bad grammars or some words that not pleasing for all of you guys. Thank you for hearing my speech, and I hope there is some useful things you can get from my speech. Shalom and good evening to all the audience.
That was an amazing performance. Now we have Rio Ferdinand from Santo Yosef Junior High School, Belimbing, with his speech, A Journey.
Story. Everyone have a story, ranging from all age, from adult to teenage. Story has a wide variation of topics, such as what you do, like your vacation, and what you like, such as hobby. Even life is a topic for a story. Everyone have a story, from their young age to adulthood. There is happy event and sad accident. Life story is different for each individual. Well, today exactly, I'll deliver to you my life story. So it all started like every other story, with my mother and my father. And my journey exactly started at the year 2008. At 26 May, it was the first time I breathed. I was born cesarean, in Restu Ibu dan Anak, East Jakarta, Indonesia. When I was first born, I was very small. My aunt said that I was just like the size of a Coke bottle. My parents decided to name me Rio Ferdinand, after the famous football player Rio Ferdinand. Even though I was named after a football player, I barely even like football, or even play football. I grew up in a Catholic family. We are quite religious. We often go to church. I learned at Ratna Kindergarten. In there, I met so many new personalities and learned about many new stuff. And most importantly, made new friendship. Well, when I'm still at kindergarten, there is an accident that may affect my whole life. So my kindergarten has a pool, and one time we were having a swimming lesson. And because I'm still at kindergarten, I cannot swim yet. So I was using a float. But suddenly, my float popped out. But unfortunately, I was at a deep part of the pool. So I almost drowned myself. But luckily, my teacher managed to save me. And I woke up crying out loud. That accident resulting in me cannot swim. And after that accident, it all just went normally, like every normal life. But something changed when I am about to finish my primary school, exactly at the 6th grade. COVID pandemic appears, so for our safety, my family decided to move to my motherland at Bangka Belitung Island, exactly at Belitung City. Because I moved from a capital to a small town, I have to adapt myself to the new environment. My grandma decided to register me at Catholic school at St. Joseph Junior High School. In there, at the 7th grade, we are having an online lesson due to the COVID pandemic. But at the 8th grade, we are starting to do offline learning. I'm such a shy person that the very first few days, I don't even have any friends. But at this 9th grade, I'm starting to have many friends. And just like the tide of the ocean, so many unexpected things happens when I moved to here. But most of the things that happens actually shape me to be a better characteristic. And I'm still a teenage. I still have so many things to discover, such as new feelings and new experience. Just like climbing a tall mountain, my adventures are very long. There's so many things for me to dug out. So many fun or sad things is waiting for me. And I have a goal. I want to be useful and helpful for everybody around me. I want to be able to draw a smile on their face with what I have. And that is my life story. So in our life, we all have a change. It's just the matter on how we use our change. Of course, everybody gonna be born at different conditions. But it won't change the fact that everybody has a change. So remember my words. Use your change correctly and properly. So that's all from me. Thank you.
A fabulous performance from Rio.
And the next participant is from Santo Yosef Junior High School BU. Please welcome Sherlina Janicia, with her title is The Mission.
Do you guys know where's baby come from? Yes, baby corp. And I'm the chosen one to be a business baby and sent on a mission to give happiness to families. Finally, on 2008, January 25, my mission started. My mom gave birth to me and named me Selena Janesia. I have an older sister who is older than me by 3 years. I didn't really remember the memories of myself when I was a baby and a kid. So, based on my mother perspective, when I was a baby, I didn't chew on my food. I would just let it sit in my mouth. So, when it comes to eating times, I can spend like 2 hours finishing my food. And I didn't even learn how to sit or crawl I just straight up walked. There is one event that traumatized my family. So, one day, when I was 1 year old, I was so sick, my body was so weak. And then I have to stay in hospital for quite a long time. I almost died or already died because my mother already called my aunt and uncle and told them that I died. But a miracle happened. I'm coming back to life. It may sound silly, but it is what it is. But anyway, thanks God. Time by time passed. I grew up to be a quiet girl and shy. My MBTI is INFP and I am a mediator. I guess I follow as per my father's traits. And I was a crybaby too. I will cry immediately when my sister make fun of me. But now I'm not a crybaby anymore, which is good. I know a lot of people may disagree when I say I'm a shy person because they say, "Oh my god, you're so extra." Well, that means I already trust them and become comfortable, right, with them. My love language itself are giving things, acts of service, and word of affirmations. I love giving things to the people I adored and listening to their stories. Even though I'm kind of person with a mood like a roller coaster sometimes, I can laugh at all things or maybe cry about everything. But I get acquainted with people pretty quickly, I guess. Growing up, I didn't spend much time with my parents because they are busy. Same things with my sister. So they asked my uncle and my aunt to take care of us. I felt closer to my uncle and my aunt because my parents didn't take care of me and spend time with me as much as my aunt and uncle does. I spent time with them from kindergarten until I was in elementary school. That's quite a long time. They are a Christian and I'm a Buddhist. Because I grew up with them, I pray when I eat, sleep, and before or after activities, or even went to church with them. They take a good care of me and my sister like their own daughter, like their own child. But now they have a gorgeous daughter, and I'm so happy and thankful for them. My school went all right, even though I struggled during the COVID-19 pandemic. I experienced learning loss. It was terrifying. But luckily, I've got the handle now. So let's talk about favorites. So my favorite activities are doing arts like drawing, painting, sketching, singing, or dancing because it can relieve my stress and make me feel calm. My favorite subject is English because I think English is so important nowadays and fun to learn about. And I'm so thankful to get a chance to join Youth Leadership Program or YLP. Actually, one of my dreams is I want to be a diplomat. So this is a really great opportunity. I also really like animals, especially dogs and cats. I have cats at home. Their names are Winter, Bella, Camille, and Whitney. Life is good. YOLO, like they said. You only live once. Don't waste it. I always hang on that phrase and I feel thankful for everything I've got now. I'm happy even though sometimes things weren't going as we planned, but hey, this is what life is. We don't plan it, never get up on it. We should be grateful and go for it and keep praying to Lord for the right path in our life. So that's my speech for tonight. Thank you.
That was a great speech. And the next one, we have uh, Raymond William Ong from Regina Pacis Junior High School, Quito, and his title is The Goals.
Hello everyone. First of all, let's give thanks to the Almighty God for health. Today I want to talk about my goals and why I chose this goal. Before that, I want to talk a little bit about my family. I have a father and I have a mother. I love them very much. Also, I have one brother and two sisters. I usually play games with my brother and I usually teach them for homework. I had a grandparents that lived even with me. Every week, I usually take a bike with my grandparents and usually went to the beach with my family. I love them very much. I'm so happy to have them in my life. Get back to my goals. So, during COVID-19 pandemic, I saw a lot of women lost their loved ones, even their own life. Because of that, I was motivated to become a doctor. I studied hard to pursue my dream. I know becoming a doctor is not for everyone, but besides becoming a doctor, my goal is really to always encourage the patients because sometimes encouragement and belief is worse than medicine. I should be brave and honest. Also should never be careless because a small carelessness can take a life. Not everyone can be a doctor because from what I have known, it takes a lot of time, money, and effort. The COVID-19 pandemic has really encouraged me to be a doctor. I saw the hard work they had shown the best they could do. From personal experience, last year my grandfather also had COVID-19. I feel very sad and scared about COVID-19. I don't know what I have to do. That's why I was really motivated to become a doctor. I know the fact that being a doctor it takes a lot of responsibility and I have to be disciplined and focused in order to pursue my dream. Not only about becoming a doctor, but about helping the others. Also, I want to make my parents proud and happy about me. Not because to be a successful doctor, but about to helping others and make other people's life get well. So I have goals like other people and it starts from a small step and hard work. Thank you.
That was a great performance.
Next, we have Wesley Chan from Tunas Karya Vocational School, Pangkal Pinang, with her speech, Stupendous Moment.
Hello everyone, so today I'm gonna tell you guys about a part of my story. So it's my childhood memories. It was one of many unforgettable moments I had in my life. So it was the time for having final exam. After taking a hard time because of study pressure and all of my self-ambitious, finally the exam week was over. So after we having the final exam, of course there will be a remedy week. So actually I got none of remedy subjects, so it's the time for me for having games or play games in my class. That was what I thought before. So the teacher entered the class, starting class with greeting like hello guys, and she gave us exactly homework. Like after doing the hard exam, we should do more tasks. It's unbelievable. But we got nothing to do except do the task, right? So somehow the second week was over. I mean the remedy week was over, and it was the time for us to take our report. So basically we were instructed to make a lineup like we did in ceremony. And for information, we got a special event where we take our report. Just like we can see the trophy of the best students in front of our ceremony line. There were first, second, and third place winner for each class, and a special one for the best of the best student called Grand Champion Trophy. Not only for a shiny gold trophy, there will also certificate, money, and gifts from the school for the best of the best students. Okay, so for class 1, 2, and 3, there was one trophy for each class, like the grand champion trophy for each class. The same thing goes for class 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I have a friend, just like a best friend. She's really a smart girl with clear mind. She's my rival for getting the first place winner in my class. But there were also 2 friends of mine. They were from other class, but that 2 friends of mine were really smart. Just like, it's really smart. They're always just like fight each other for having the first grand champion positions. So it's really another class of competition, right? Honestly, I ever dream about the grand champion position, but never mind. I lose it for 5 years. Can you imagine how upset I've been? It's just because my score wasn't high enough. No, actually it was high enough, everyone, please. It was high enough, but it just 1 until 10 score different. I almost get it all the time for 5 years, but I always lose it. So for this final exam, like this first semester, you might guess the direction of this topic, right? Yes, because finally I won for the first time. I beat them up. Just like I walk up in front of them and take the things, the trophy, certificate, and the money and the gifts they expected they'll get. I'm really excited because I could see their unexpected face. They always fought for each other and completely forget there was me. Okay, so after that, it was my first time for taking the grand champion position, for being the student who gets the highest score from 3 classes. Really amazing, right? Until now, I can still feel the feeling I had when I was at the moment. It's really amazing. So until now, I'm going better with my motivation, and I take my other grand champion position. Yes, it was last year when I was at grade 10. At grade 10, it was my first year for being the student of Tunas Karya Vocational High School. Just like at grade 10, I have my first grand champion again, and be the student who gets the highest score from 6 classes. Can you imagine, guys? Because it was my self-ambition motivation. If me in past couldn't get it, just like can't get what I want, and me in future will get it. So that's all about the story of my life, guys, and one of my many unforgettable moments I had in my life. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.
That was an amazing performance. Bravo.
Let's continue with our speaker. The next speaker is from Santo Yusuf Senior High School, Tanjung Balai Karimun. Please welcome Darren with his title is Memories of a Schoolboy.
Hi all. Today I'll be presenting my speech on the importance of friendship. In particular, I'll be talking about the importance of friendship and how it has integrated into the story of my life. I'm sure we've all had friends in our lives. I'm sure every one of us has had a few friends that they keep very close to them because they make them feel special, they make them feel loved, they make you feel appreciated and accepted. And I'm sure every one of us here is grateful for those friends. I'm sure we all love them very much, and I am the same. I've been around for quite a long time, 16 years. I've been part of many friendships during that short period. I grew up and was raised in a part of town where the kids would always gather kind of and play together. They just hung out together. I remember they always used to play football and sepak takraw, but I never joined in because I was too shy. I was always an introverted child. I always felt like I was the only one who knew what was going on in my head. I thought there was something wrong with me. Maybe there was something I couldn't change in me. I didn't know how to express my feelings and thoughts. I was a total outcast. I was strict. I was kind of a loser, actually. I have a very vivid memory from my childhood. I remember when I first started school, I was so shy. I was so shy that even when I played with friends, I would hide my face, sort of like this, so they wouldn't be able to see me. I think I used to hide my face because I was too shy to look them in the eyes and talk to them. I was too shy to express my feelings and thoughts to them. I was too shy to play with them. As you can imagine though, being shy has had a huge impact on my life. It made me feel like there was something wrong with me, that there was nothing that I could change to make me feel better, and there was nothing that I could share with others. But as I grew older, it became less important for me to keep up the mask of being socially awkward. So I dropped the image of being socially awkward, and I started working on myself to become better. I think though that was a huge deal in part of because of my friends. I think my friends have done a lot to change me and how I live. The people in my life, I have had friends that brought out the best in me, and people that have tried to bring me down. I never try to keep those people with negative feelings in my mind. I think it's best not to think about the people that bring you down. The people in my life though, the people that have made me feel special, people that have made me feel loved, people that have made me feel accepted, I regard them as true friends. Because of them I have become more sociable and I have become more happy. I'm very grateful to have them as my friends. I've been through a lot in my life. I've been through a lot of matters, a lot of problems, a lot of trouble in my life. But those friends that I have had have kept me in order. So I am very grateful for them. I have the utmost respect for them. And if any of you have friends like that, friends who make you feel accepted, happy, and appreciated, I urge you to be grateful for them. They are the biggest asset to your being happy. That is the importance of friendship. So the takeaway from this is that life is not perfect. There will be people who try their best to bring you down. There will be people who look down on you. But if you know who your friends are, then you can overcome anything. Thank you.
That was a nice performance. The next participant is also from Santo Yusuf, a senior high school Tanjung Balai Karimun. Please welcome Surya Subandi with the title The Progress.
Greetings all. Throughout my life, I always search for perfection. Until one day, I realized that it is progress that makes me a better person. Because life is all about making progress. It is never about being perfect. And here is the story of my life so far. I was born on 1 August 2006 by the name Surya in a small town known as Karimun. In my early years, I was a very active child with a high level of curiosity. For example, I would often go to places that my parents had warned me not to. Then I would get lost and cry until both of them found me. Life was normal until There's one moment that changed my life completely. One day, when I just got home from school, both of my parents came to me and told me that they have decided to divorce. I was shocked and I began to cry. Since then, I began to live with my grandparents because my mother will move to another city and my father is too busy with his works. Days later, I'm still sad because of how unexpected it is. Then both of my grandparents came to encourage me and give me advice to move on. And so I did. Years later, when I was in middle high school, especially 8th grade, the COVID quarantine started. Because of it, I'm not allowed to go out, and I was addicted to playing games, and did so to the point where I would sleep late at night and never study rather than doing productive things. It continued until the COVID quarantine ended, where I returned to school and saw how different I am from the rest of my friends. I was skinny, and I felt that I'm not really good at anything. Until I decided that it's time to change and take actions. Because I want to become the best version of myself before starting college. I began by purchasing some self-development books, which completely changed my way of living and perspective on how I approach my problems. Then I changed my lifestyle. I slept 8 until 9 hours every day, which is optimal for you. Then I would often go to the gym to do some physical exercise. And what are the results of all of that? Mentally, I gained more confidence in my abilities and stopped worrying about certain things. Physically, I am healthier now and I gained more weight. But most importantly, I am proud of myself for making an effort to improve. Although my life is full of unexpected events and problems, I believe that everything happens for a reason. Perhaps if all of those things didn't happen to me, I wouldn't be the person I am today. As my grandfather once said, every long journey begins with a single step. As long as you are making progress, even though it is slow, it doesn't matter as long as you don't stop. That's my journey so far. Thank you for your time.
That was an amazing performance.
Next, we have Glenn Justin Chandra from Santo Yosef Senior High School, Pangkal Pinang. With his speech, Can't Be Forgotten.
Can't Be Forgotten is a topic that I picked. Basically, it was like telling me, like my memory in the past 5 months in this school. So it started with me getting to the school. I was looking for my name in the, like those paper that like show like the name of someone that was belonging to that class. I was searching for that and I was looking at one. It was on the 10B and I was confused at the first glance because like I look at my name, but there's one thing that wrong. My last name. I was supposed to be Glenn Justin Chandra, but then the one that I seen is Glenn Justin Chandra, and I was like, is this a typo or was it like somebody else? Cause that is a lot of coincidence at the name. But because I was like confused, so I just got in because we don't know anything like because it was just a type, or maybe not, I don't know. But if it's not, I'm just gonna change the class again. So I got in, and the first person that I met that was actually sitting next to me is Toby. Toby is a great person at the first glance. I mean, he is still a good person, but like, when we met, he kept looking on the back because he was looking like, which one is his friend or whatever it is, because he don't want like, he basically looking for a friend. I mean, his old friend from the old school, but I think he didn't find any. He probably find one, but like only one, and he was like so far. At the end, he's still sitting next to me, and then there's one teacher come in. The teacher want us to like change places, like the seat to like girl and boys, girl and boys, girl and boys, and then like, if it doesn't matter if you want to be like a few two girls, two boys, a few of them, but most of us is like girls and boy, girls and boy. Okay, so we change place again, and I mean at this time I didn't get to change to a girl, but I got to change to a person named Glenn, which is a coincidence too. There's like two Glenn in my class, and he's sitting next to me after the change of the seat, which is a bit confusing, but we get along pretty fast because of our name is the same. After that, there's this one subject that wanted us to actually change place. We're gonna do a rock paper scissors. So neither me or Glenn gonna change and sit next to a girl. So there's like two choice. There's one in the back and there's one in the front. And then I lose, of course, because I'm unlucky. So I sit on the back side. On the back side, I actually met a person. His name is Richie, but I call him Fish because that was his ambition, to not be tired like fish that's swimming forever, even when he's sleeping. Like, that's a great ambition, and I don't have such thing like that. But as time goes by, I keep getting close and close to Richie or Fish. He is a great person, and he is smart, intelligent. Like, there's nothing bad about him. And he also already have a girlfriend, which is actually making me speechless. I mean, many people already do, I think. But I like to have a lot of friends on the first day. And obviously everyone do. And what we do is obviously making a group for us, right? But as time goes by, I don't know if it's like Richie is like a smart person or what. But as times goes by, I know more about him. Somehow he's very smart, and I don't know why or how, but yeah. And we make this group. I don't know. At the first glance, I was thought like, oh, just a group of friends. I don't care. But in the end, it was a group of a lot of smart person. And I was like confused why. I mean, it is just like for my friend, no need to be smart, I don't really care. Basically, we don't know what will, like, this story is basically telling like, we don't know what will happen in the future. What will happen if we don't try? That's basically like the point of me telling this story. Because we never know. Thank you.
That was an amazing speech from Glenn. And the last but not least is Felix Nathan Widyadana from Santa Maria Senior High School, Tanjung Pinang, with his speech, Who I Am.
Who I am. To know that question, we first need to ask, who am I? Well, I'm just like many of you guys that are watching that right now. I like to eat, I like to sleep, and I can be lazy sometimes. But there are also some things that made us different. like our hobbies, our personalities, and mostly what I want to talk about right now is our dreams. What we want to be in the future. Well, maybe some of you guys want to be teachers, want to be doctors, or you guys want to be a policeman, police women, or maybe you guys want to work on the army. Well, for me, I want to be an airplane engineer. What made me interested on being an airplane engineer? Well, I've been interested on planes since I was a kid, watching cartoons, playing with airplane toys, and making paper aircraft. Now, what really made me interested is when I went to an aircraft museum. It's in Yogyakarta, if you know, it's a city in Indonesia. So, when I went to that museum, there are aircraft big, small, and some weird looking ones. Now, what really made me interested is this one plane that has a simple airframe with a metal sheet covering it. It has a propeller still. The engines, they're just smaller engines stacked together, making a circle. And then the controls of the aircraft, they only use sticks and pedals on it. The simplicity of it made me realize that I like aircraft. I like to build one. Now, what I have to do to achieve it, I myself don't know the answer to that yet, but what I know for sure is I need to study hard so I can pass the lesson on my school, so it won't be a burden when I'm bigger, when I'm old, so that I can choose whatever I want to be. Now, my parents, they're not happy when I told them that I want to be an airplane engineer. Of course, I understand why my parents don't want me to be an airplane engineer, because that job isn't that common, right? For people like us. Our parents care about us. They want us to be normal, be like people without taking risks. They just want a beautiful life for us. But I am who I am. I want to be different. I want to be an airplane engineer. But at the end, even when my parents don't agree what I want to be in the future, I can still study for it. It's not too late. I can just work hard, and in the end, my parents now still supports me, still took care of me. Now, what I want to say is, measure yourself from here to up there, to infinity. And don't measure yourself from up here to down there. Because if you do that, you won't know the other possibilities you might have. You wouldn't know the opportunities you lost. I say, dream big or go home. That's what I want to say. If you have something that you like, just do it. Just try it. Even if you fail, even you fall down, you can always get back up. You can lay there for a while, not doing anything. But remember, to get back up, no one's going to help you. You need to be yourself. don't change because other people's word. Now, that's what I want to say. Thank you for listening to my speech. Goodbye.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this foreign world? Or do you need more? Is there something I need to do? You down, I find myself longing for change. In all the bad times, I feel myself.
Wow, that was a really amazing performance.
And it looks like we have reached the end of today's event. From those speeches we have heard, we hope that you can take it as a motivation, spirit, and experience to give an impact to your life.
See you tomorrow on the second day of the speech performance with the next group and different hosts.
I'm Michael Daptarisan.
I'm Sonali.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.